Hey, this is Palmer and Palmer's dad.
And this is the 2018 Genesis G80 Sport.
You launch it
Yeah.
in drive mode, set to sport, wheel straight.
It's pretty fast. So, since we just launched it, I'll talk about the performance. So this car has 365 horsepower from a twin turbo V6. It has a top speed of 170 miles an hour. It'll do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.8 seconds. It has 376, I believe, pound-feet of torque, which is pretty good. It's also a sedan, so keep that in mind, which is, like,
Awesome.
For a sedan, it's, yeah, pretty good. It does 0 to 100 in 10.2 seconds, which is also really good. The pricing on it starts at around $40,000, which, again, really good for a really sporty but yet luxurious car. Don't make fun of me for saying that. It has a really cool, with the sport package, you get this cool carbon fiber accent all throughout the car, this cool white and black interior with the copper stitching, and the copper accents in this car there's a lot of copper accents.
So we've got copper on the center caps on the wheels. We've got copper in the headlight bezels. We've got copper around the surround of the front grille.
It's also a little clock right here.
We've got a dash clock with some copper in it also. And I think that's it. And then, like Palmer said, all of the stitching is a very cool copper color as well.
And it goes really well with the black and white. It has 3 modes. There's comfort, which is like better suspension and all that. There's eco, which is kind of in between comfort and sport, right?
Yeah, eco it changes the shift points so that you supposedly save gas, but if you drive it like a maniac while you're in eco, you kind of defeat the purpose. However, I think that the suspension, because it has adaptive suspension, is the softest in eco, and so I like to keep it there when I'm cruising. But right now we are in sport mode,
which is fast. It's more track based, so not as much for comfort, but it's fun. Oh God, here's a hill. Anyway, yeah, the interior's really good. It has a giant center screen right here, which is, it's really good. It's really high resolution. Has a, sky view camera. Has kind of like helps with, like, if you're at an intersection and you can't really see on either side, it has cameras that'll help with that. Has a front and rear view camera. It has Apple CarPlay. I don't think it has Android Auto, does it?
It probably does, but never had an Android, never will.
But it does have Apple CarPlay, we know that.
For sure.
There is a, what was it called? Wireless charging pad right here. It also has the blind spot warnings built into the rear view mirrors. Those aren't rear view mirrors, whatever. But
those are rear view mirrors. That's the center rear view mirror, but those are also rear view mirrors.
Sound system is pretty good. It has a T-shaped shifter knob, and the parking thing is a little bit weird. It has the the shifter knob will go, you can put it into drive, neutral, and reverse with the shifter knob, but there's a button that puts it into park, which is a little bit weird, but it's not hard to get used to.
Yeah, so when I shift it into park, I've got my hand on the shifter just like normal, and before you had to shift all the way up to shift it into park, and now I just hit the button. It's become habit, and now it's not even a thing.
So, also, show them how the sunroof opens. That's really cool.
Oh, okay. So, typically a sunroof, like when you open it, it opens from the front and goes all the way to the back. But
I can do it. Yeah, it'll in this car closes
clamshell,
two ends, and then you do it back, and it'll do the same thing. It's really cool.
And it takes but then also it's too far, but that's okay. It also tilts up, so for all you vapors or smokers or whatever, you can.
Anyway.
Okay, so if we haven't mentioned it yet, this is our first video. And so we're figuring a lot of stuff out. We stopped the recording somehow when I was messing with the camera. We're back.
So now we're going to talk about the outside. That's a big pothole.
Yeah,
anyway, the outside I think looks really good. I personally like it more than the Kia Stinger. The interior is better than the Kia Stinger as well.
By the way, this is the same exact platform as the Kia Stinger.
Same engine.
Same engine.
Everything.
Same transmission. Same suspension. But somehow in this, everything is better.
In the outside, there's this really cool the bumper vent, the vents on the bumper, which are really cool, which you can't get on any other models except for the Sport. There's also the grill, which has a really cool, like a Genesis style, like mesh kind of grill, which also only comes on the Sport. Another really cool thing that it's kind of, you can't really tell, you won't notice it, but it makes it look more sporty. It's that kind of thing where it makes it look really sporty, but you can't tell what it is, and that is the chrome on this car is black chrome, like it's darkened chrome, which is something you never pay attention to, but it makes it look really sporty. It has really good body lines, but it's also clean at the same time, which is a really good, really nice looking bodywork. The LED technology is really good as well. Has a really nice LEDs in the front and the back. The daytime running lights I think are the best.
Agreed. It's also got really loud turn signals. Never gets old.
Okay. It has a really good trunk space. I think I read it has 15 cubic feet for trunk space. That's also really good. It has really good space in the back for people who sit in the back. It seats up to 5 people. If you don't have 5 people though, this center console right here will come down, and you can control a shade that will come up in the back window, which is
which I can also control.
Yeah, you can also do that from up here. There it goes.
I believe, shout out to Straight Pipes, they call these peasant blockers.
Another really cool thing is this like all around here,
headliner.
Whatever.
It's the headliner.
Yeah, the headliner is it's all suede, which is also a really cool touch to it. There's a lot of space to put things. There's a big glove box right here. Well, I say big, but it's not that big, but it's still
It's pretty
works.
big.
Yeah, it's like, I would say around 2 feet of cubic 2 cubic feet of space, which for a glove box is pretty good. It's also a cool center console right here that opens kind of like the sunroof.
Clamshell style.
Yep. Has really cool like pattern on this part right here. There's heated and cooled seats. It has really good adjustability with the seats. You can move it forward or backward, or you can go down, or you can go up, or you can go back or forward. And there's also lumbar options behind that, which is also really convenient.
The driver's side also has thigh support, so you can put it in and out for your thighs as well. Not in the passenger side. Sorry, Palmer.
Yeah, that's one of the few negatives with it. But yeah, overall, it's a really good car. And also in the center console, there's a charging station, which is really convenient. There's a hole right here too, so you can pull the plug through, which is what I'm using on my phone right now. Anyway, yeah, overall, really great car. Really recommend specifically this car. The G70 is also good, same with the G90, but this is more of the in-between. But yeah, feel free to check this car out. I extremely recommend it. He probably does too.
Absolutely. I looked at a lot of cars. I looked at the Infinitis, BMWs, Mercedes. This car, head and shoulders, outperforms everything else in its price point, and it's a lower price point. So it outperforms cars like the Mercedes E60, well, not the E63, but the E-Series, head and shoulders, and it's like $20,000 cheaper.
So really great. So, yeah, this has been the 2018 Genesis G80 Sport, and I'll see you guys in the next video.